remember this one time, right before my 18th birthday, I'd met a guy at a Waffle House, and he was cute. We went back over to his house and to watch a movie, had a drink, and the next thing I knew, I woke up and I was half dressed, just laying there on his couch. He was nowhere to be found, and I don't know his name, I don't know what happened. I just remember feeling so ashamed that I let this addiction take me so far. And I knew something in my life had to change. I remember the first time I looked at porn. I was 16 years old and had waited until my family went to bed one night to look it up on the internet. You see, I grew up super conservative, didn't really know a whole lot about sex, and figured that the best way I could find out was by looking on the internet. I soon began to notice that I would want to go back to the computer and look at this stuff even more. And it went from curiosity that I would just kind of satisfy when my parents would go to bed, you know, once a week or something, to a full-blown addiction. And I just became more and more and more addicted, more and more engrossed into this world. When something as dark as an addiction has something just grasp on you, you do things that you would never in a million years think that you would do. I grew up a pastor's kid, so here I am, this good little Christian girl, but I'm totally addicted to porn, and my online life started coming out into my offline life as well, and decided, you know what, I need to get rid of this computer, because this computer was the root of it all. It was where I talked to guys, it was just everything. So I unplugged it, unhooked it, walked it downstairs, took it to the dumpster outside my apartment, and left it. And said a little prayer of forgiveness, asking God to forgive me of everything I had done, and thought that, yeah, that was probably enough to kick the addiction. Even though I didn't have a computer anymore, I still had an addiction. The images that were in my mind, the way I would think about things, those things would still haunt me, and I was just completely overwhelmed with the shame that came with them. And I never really thought that I could talk to anybody about this, because looking at porn for guys or having sex and doing all these things for guys is like a totally natural thing. It's something that the guys even celebrate sometimes. But for a girl to have an addiction like this, I felt really, really alone. So over the last few years of just trying to stay free from this addiction, I ended up getting married, and porn is something that a lot of men struggle with, my husband included in that. And we took some steps to keep it out of our lives. We didn't have a computer for the first few years that we were married, and then we didn't have internet once we got a computer, and now we've been married for a few years, and we just want to keep that conversation open. When the temptation's there, we want to talk about it, and even in the times when we don't want to talk about it, we have a plan B. You know, we use the X3 Watch software from XXX Church on both of our computers, and have that mail out the accountability reports to each other and to some of our friends. Yeah, the temptation's always there. It's never gone away. And it's not been a perfect run at sobriety. We've screwed up along the way. But having the grace to accept when those failures come, and to move on and to grow and to learn from them has been so important. And the freedom that comes from living a life of no secrets is something I wouldn't trade for the world.